Back control fundamentals. This is all about mainly the upper body controls, what our upper body is doing, how we should be positioning our hands, and what the job is of each of the mechanics. So start with, I'll make this one pretty easy. Just grab Emma. I'll grab your back or back control on you. So a couple of quick things. We'll generally start off with the seatbelt grip. There's a couple of different concepts and consensus on the seatbelt grip. One of the ones is that we want to pin our partners back to our chest. Nothing on that, that's the major control position. The downfall about it is there's multiple ways to do that, some are better than the others. So one of the things I see is people go seatbelt grip front and they're pulling. The downfall about it is I now have space between my left shoulder and right shoulder for Emma to start to create space or move. Yeah, okay. So what we want to do is when we do the seatbelt is I want to get the top hand, which would be the choke hand, and I want to put it deep underneath so I'm actually holding my partner towards me. I don't want the grip and mechanic in front. The grip mechanic, once you can get a hand between, she can pry it off. So I want to try and come over, almost like I'm throwing an overhand hook, and try and catch it. What I try to do is pull it in nice and deep. Okay. So just grab Ali, please. Stop it.
Yeah, it's okay.
So number one mechanic over the top, it's exactly the same as a seatbelt where it gets locked into the place. I don't do it the other way. This is a weak mechanic to get pried off. So I'm holding the top lever, the lever that's holding me in position in, and I try and bring it in as nice and dip. I'm not trying to take it underneath the armpit, I'm trying to take it to the hip to hold me in position. This gives me two jobs. Both of the hands have an objective, and we've talked about them. The top hand is the choke hand. The bottom hand is the control hand or the armbar arm. And it'll be dictated by how my partner moves. So this will be the first one, very, very easy mechanic. Okay, so over the top, come through from here. If I can't get my wrist or if the grip's too big, I go high onto my elbow and hold from here. What I want to do is this, I start to do my choke. My partner will always grip fight, pull the hand out, pull the hand off to the side, hold it, sit, and bring it to my armbar. So anytime that my partner's hand fighting to do with the choke, they expose the arm to the armbar. Very easy mechanic catch. So once again, hand goes over, seatbelt grip, lock it in position, go for my choke, she starts to hand fight. Okay, she's pulling the hand down and away, go with it. Leg comes up, so hold her in position, grip. Really easy is my partner will generally try and roll back towards me to defend the armbar. Hopefully your frame system's in place. The lower that your hand is on the arm, the more that Ali can turn towards me and rescue. So now it's harder to get my leg around the head. The more that I have my frame system in place, the harder it is. This makes it easier to bring my leg over. So the downfall that I see people do is they go to the Kimura grip of the back control armbar, but I minimise or I don't get to control her ability to roll. So you're much easier like this way, the frame system. Extend your hand past your elbow, hook it over. Now you can go back to your Kimura grip. On this armbar here, guys, we touch our feet together, we flare our knees, so it's hard for my partner to sit up. The wider that my grip, the better the armbar, the narrower that my feet are together, there's more space for you to move around. And again, back control armbar. Overhand, pull the hook into position, so the overhand hook, pull it into position. Once we're here, hand fight, as she starts this, she's pulling my hand away, go with it, don't fight it, go with it, underneath, nice and easy. Leg comes up, frame system on the inside. So for me, as I drag down backwards, I'm going to put her head into position as well. Leg comes over, touch your feet together, you can cross them if you want to as well, it doesn't make any difference. Flare your top knee towards the ground, this will hyperextend the shoulder, and now you have the ability to do your armbar. Who would like to see that one more time? Okay, professionals, I like that. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Emotions on this, or mixed feelings on this, as far as the control versus lack of control. Control versus lack of control. And it's one of those ones that I guess, depending what you want, is depending on how you do this. I won't ever try to go to this position myself. Being one of the smaller guys, it stifles my ability to move. So I try not to use this position. But if you're a bigger person against a smaller person, there's nothing wrong with doing it. So I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying be very cautious and aware of how you're doing this and how you're playing. Grab Ali again. So this is, I'll just go this way here. So I've got Ali's back control again. I want the ability to move. So once I'm in the back control position, I have the ability to move up, down. I can use my legs and that. One of the things I see that people do by default is that they pull the person on top of them. And you know, like it's harder for Ali to move, but this is really hard for me to get anything besides maybe a back choke. And even on the back choke, like if I start to choke with my, if I choke with my left hand, Ali looks that way and slides off on the opposite side, and I kind of almost lose everything. So once I'm in this position here, even to an arm bar, like I can get my leg, but I'm going to really struggle to get this leg over the head. So it's a really rare time that I'd ever pull someone into back control. So this is that mixture where, like, if I go seatbelt grip high, by default I'm pulling her onto me, which is really hard to move. I go seatbelt low, I'm more onto her hips, which gives me the ability to move. So seatbelt low is always a little bit better than seatbelt high. Secondly about this is to get the choke, right? So I like to hand fight, I like to put my hand through and go to my choke position. When I wrap the choke, I'm trying to get my elbow as far to the front as I can. I'm not trying to crush. Once again, this gives Ali the chance to move left, right, because he has the space. So my hand comes behind. One of the ways that I got taught to do this was to put your hand under your armpit and squeeze your armpit. So this way, if she goes to hunt the grip fighting, there's no place for her to grip. Wherever I find if I'm onto the shoulder, it's still a grip mechanic. So one of the little secrets, well, it's not a secret, one of the mechanics I got was, once you're here on this hand fight, go to your choke, put it underneath your armpit and hold it. Now, she's going to pull the hand out, so she goes, I'll pull the hand out, so she starts pulling out, grip fight, and now your second hand can come through unabated, what a great word, and choke. So you have two chances at choking your partner using this mechanic. Once again, seatbelt grip, so my bottom hand shoots, hand fights, go to choke, put it under. Shoot hand fight, when you're ready, 1, 2, 3, grip, push them out the way. We can then go to our choke and can start to do our back choke. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So the two concepts that I'm going to work on, number one is I want to work out the major threat to me, the one that's going to do the most damage immediately, which would be the choke. I can deal with the choke and the armbar simultaneously by putting my body to the opposite side of the choke. I'll explain. Okay. So one of the things I see that people do is this: is once they're in the back choke or they're dealing with the hand fighting, they come up. Once my elbow's away from my body, this is better for Emma because she can now go choke or armbar. She has options. So one of the things that I like to do from here is think about this way is I'm going to grip on the inside, I'm going to try and grip, I'm going to try and put my elbow down nice and deep. So what I'm doing is I'm sliding, I'm going to kind of hip bump down, but the armbar arm, I'm going to grab it, I'm going to put it inside here. The choke hand, I'm pulling off to the side. The way that I got taught this in Portuguese was Rotary Tones was don't be a coward, look to the threat. So you're always going to look towards the choke. But I want to run away from it at the same time. So this is a hard concept. My legs are the issue. So think about this way. Straighten my leg, look towards the choke, put my back on the ground, reposition your head. She can't armbar me now because the leg that needs to come over the head to the armbar is on the wrong side. Anytime that I create space, she can underhook and she can start to swim under, so I must have the inside position. Really important. Keep your elbow pinned. This is one of the hardest parts, is the foot above the knee line is one of the biggest issues you're going to have to deal with. So what I want to do is, instead of trying to fight it, I'm going to go with it. So I keep my leg backwards and turn. So from here, anytime I try to come over it, she has the control. So I create space. Keep my leg backwards, come over it. Now, I'm pretty happy to let her try and get to mount, so I'm going to walk off. Because I have to control the arm, her shoulder's pinned, so she upgrades to mount. Because I've got a shoulder pin. Okay, so let's have a look at the small details. Go step by step. First of all, you call me a banana? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So number one, this is, I must get the inside position. I must get the inside position. Drag yourself down. Inside position, so I'm inside the legs. That's number one key. Number two, I want to try and turn the face of choke, but I need to get a landing platform. So walk my leg, and turn, reposition my head. Here, whatever you guys do not separate your elbows away from your body. Keep your elbows in. Once again, back step, swing over, and I'm fine from here. So this will be where we're going to stop. One more time. So I want to kill the choke and the arm bar at the same time. I'm going to kill the two things at once, so kill two birds with one stone. So number one, swing in to get rid of the arm bar. Because my elbow is low, she can't raise it to get the leg over the head. Number two is we're pulling the arm down, we'll get to the inside position. This is the hardest part, that part that people miss out is this. Heels down, slide down, so it opens up the feet. Kick my leg, swim, turn, reposition. Kick my leg backwards, come over, block it out so she can't get the hash. Keep your head on the ground. Make sure that if you feel her hunting, just straighten your leg. Anytime you feel them trying to lace your leg, straighten your leg. Keep your elbows in the inside. Would I like to see that one more time? So the biggest fault I see people is go, I'm out of the choke, and they expose the arm for the arm bar. Right, so I'm dealing with one. So I deal with two things. First of all, I've got to go that way, put your weight on that side. Easiest concept. Number two, get rid of the choke hand. My point of view is the closer I am to the elbow, the more she can still choke me. The closer I am to the hands, the better it is for me. So that when I get onto the end of the hands, this is much better. Okay. I can't move that way because my leg's in the way. So one of the biggest things is this, watch this, as I roll, I slide, and I'm turning my hips. The head position. Whatever you guys do, your elbows must stay in inside position. Whatever you do, don't push away because she'll get the inside, she'll frame underneath and she can take the top position. So make sure that the elbows stay on the inside from here. My back isn't on the ground, so once again, the hook, okay. Take your foot backwards, step over, try and kick your partner on the heel, and then control the inside position. This is a whole key, inside position. If you feel the leg raise, straighten the leg, get rid of it. 1, 2, 3. Like numerous ways to escape the back control, and it's not like that you have to do it this way. That's not the case. But there's ways that are better and easier to do, but they might put you, maybe not such a good position, but you're out of back control. So there's a really easy concept. So let's go Emma on my back. And the concept is pretty much, when this got broken down to me, it was done like this, is number one is, I want to try and get as far away from the choke as I can. I want to try and get as far away from the choke as I can. So think about this way, anytime that the choke hand, which is the top hand, I turn this way, I'm going into the choke. I'm not going away from it. So even if they can't choke me, I'm deeper into the choke position. So the second thing about it is that for me to get away from the choke, I have to put my back on the ground. The only way I can get my back on the ground is to turn this way. But if I don't deal with the hooks, we're going to end up doing this and we're just going to turn. So your leg position is one of the major things that we need to deal with first. So once I'm in here, is I can now move my head and I can use this to keep my partner at bay so they can't track my back. And they're going to try and attack you because that's what their job is. So you're not out of danger, but right now I know that the choke's almost null and void and the armbar's almost null and void. So I'm in a far better position than what I was. The downfall that I see people do now is they get to this position, their back's not on the ground, they allow my partner to reshuffle, and then I'm back in the game again. So once we kind of get to the position where I'm kind of like going, and I'm here, it's really important that my head goes on the ground, I put my back on the ground. Once on me, I'm pretty good. This is an issue, but it's okay. So even if my partner tries to like loose up and I'm having trouble getting rid of this, there's nothing wrong with me sliding up to move out as well. Like she can't move because I'm on top of her, but she's stuck. So if you think about it this way, I want to get as far away from the choking hand as I can. The only way I can do that is to turn and face it. Okay? So 1, 2, get away from me. Does that make sense? Push, walk my legs, and this will help me to look. Put your back on the ground. Elbow on the inside, walk up. I'm happy. I'm so we're happy. See, they'll push you off back and off. That's sexual harassment. 1, 2, 3. Just stop back and show me. If you're having trouble, this is one of the little mechanics that I like to use. Sometimes like I'm having trouble it's getting my elbows in, and I don't really want to start my back control escape unless I've got my hands into position. So you'll see some of the senior guys start to do this. It's kind of a weird thing, right? So what I'm going to do is going to put our hands up, going to slide down to get to the inside position. So when we're here, right, number one is what we're doing is we're putting our hands up so it minimises the choke. It's actually really hard to choke someone while that's up. Number 2, because we're sitting up, I can slide down and get the inside position. Same bit again, inside position, kill it, or so for me, if the person's got a lot better squeeze and I'm having a lot of trouble getting the inside position, first thing is hands come up, and it's just what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to shrug my shoulder to minimise the choke, and I'm trying to put my partner onto that side as well. So it's not even, I'm trying to go like shrug, extend, squeeze, and I can start to move from here. So I'm in a far better position. A lot of the time what you're going to find is they're going to try and rehash your leg, and if they can kick my knee over, they can chase my back. So one of the ways that we deal with this is I simply turn my knee out and straighten my leg. So when you feel the hook on the outside, so she lifts the leg, and then I can slide, and I'm in a far better position. One more time. So I've got the control, hand fight first of all. I cannot get my arms onto on my elbows onto the inside position. So it's more like I'm going to go 1, 2. So pretty much the choke's off. Okay, great space to be able to move. Inside, push, she hashes my leg. Make sure that you turn your knee outside, put it on the ground, start to move. Make sure your elbow's on the inside. So she does try to upgrade to mount position from here. Get the ability to slide them off. 1, 2, 3. New partners. Haters. So just remember, right, I'm not going, yeah! But so it's not, yeah! Okay. So one. I'm watching some of you guys like, yeah, oh my arm. So I'm not the one doing it. So just remember, here. Number 1 thing is it's more of a shoulder shrug to rotate. Number 2, get rid of the hooks. Inside. Take the controls. 2, 3.
I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah!